Episode here. Um, Today we're going to be talking about Juneteenth. What it's about, where it comes from, and because I think there's a lot of confusion. They think it's about Black history and all that, and that's not the case. We'll be right back on the Keep It P podcast.
I got the PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, Chime. Hope you got yours, cause I got mine. I'm talking Payoneer, Netspend, Venmo, Stash. Too many ways for you to run my cash.
Cut the check, reparation, 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 cut the check,
Yeah, well, if you talking compensation, it's about that time. You get everybody.
Oh yeah, we're back, and today is a special episode. If you don't know, your boy Jay Lava was born on this day, Juneteenth. Has significant meaning. Just so happens that I'm in the B1 Black Empowerment space. So instead of getting on here and talking about a bunch of BS from a birthday, I guess I'll learn you something. Let me go ahead and learn you something. Hold on real quick. It's my birthday. I'm getting all type of calls. Hey, I'm live right now currently. I will call you right back as soon as I'm done, okay? Yeah, I gotta answer the calls today, y'all. KIPP, y'all know what it is. But we're talking about Juneteenth, y'all. Did y'all know what Juneteenth's about? This is as a civil war and celebration of emancipation. During the American Civil War, 1861 to 1865, emancipation came different times during different parts of the United States South. It says large celebrations of emancipation called jubilees, recalling the biblical jubilee in which enslaved people were free, took place on September 22nd, January 1st, July 4th, August 1st, April 6th, November 1st, among other dates. And when the emancipation finally came to Texas on June 19th, 1865, as the Southern Rebellion collapsed, the celebration was widespread. While the date did not exactly mark the equivocate date or ending date of slavery, even in Texas, the emancipation has been celebrated on other dates. June 19th came to be the day shared across the United States, created, preserved, and spread by ordinary foundational Black Americans. It says African Americans here, but I'll go ahead and redact that. Um, it says the end of slavery. So if y'all don't know, the whole Juneteenth celebration is the end of our enslaved people, right? Particularly in this case in Texas. So Lincoln issued a preliminary Emancipation Proclamation in the midst of the Civil War on September 22nd, 1862. I know somebody else's birthday that's September 22nd. Declaring that if the rebels did not end the fight and rejoin the Union, all enslaved people in the Confederacy would be freed on the day of the following year. On January 1st, 1863, Lincoln issued a final Emancipation Proclamation declaring that all enslaved people in the Confederate States of America in the rebellion and not in the Union hands were free. More isolated geographically, planters and other slaveholders had migrated into Texas from eastern states to escape the fighting, and many brought enslaved peoples with them across by thousands of enslaved populations in the states at the end of the Civil War. Although most lived in rural areas, more than 1,000 resided in Galveston or in Houston by 1860, with several hundred in other large towns. By 1865, there were an estimated 250,000 enslaved people in Texas, despite the surrender of the Confederate General in Chief Robert E. Lee and the approximate courthouse on April 9th, 1865. The Western Conference Army of the Trans-Mississippi did not surrender until June 2nd. on the morning of June 19th, 1865, Union Major General Gordon Granger arrived in the island of Galveston to take command of more than 2,000 federal troops recently landed in the Department of Texas to enforce the emancipation of enslaved populations and oversee Reconstruction. We'll talk about that another time. Nullifying all laws passed within Texas during the war by the Confederate lawmakers, the order informed all Texans that in ordinance with the proclamation from the executive of the United States, all enslaved people were free. It goes on to say that the people of Texas are informed that in ordinance with the proclamation from the executive of the United States, all slaves are free. This involves an absolute equity of personal rights and rights of property between former masters and slaves, and connections heretofore existing between them become between employer and hired labor. The freemen are advised to remain quiet at their present homes and to work for wages. They are informed that they will not be allowed to collect military posts and that they will not be supported in idleness either there or elsewhere. Long-standing urban legends placed the historic reading of General Orders Number 3 at Ashton Villa. However, no extant historical evidence supports such claims. Although widely believed, it is unlikely that Granger or his troops proclaimed the ordinance by reading it aloud. It is more likely that the copies of the ordinance were posted in public places, including the Negro Church on Broadway, since renamed Remedy Chapel AME Church. On June 21st, 2014, Galveston Historical Foundation and Texas Historical Commission erected a Juneteenth plaque where the Osterman building once stood, signifying the location of General Granger's Union headquarters and subsequent issuance of the general orders. Although this event has come to be celebrated at the end of slavery, emancipation for the remaining enslaved in two Union border states, Delaware and Kentucky, will not come until several months later on December 18th in 1865. When the 13th Amendment was ratified, the freedom of formerly enslaved people in Texas was given state law statutes in a series of Texas Supreme Court decisions between 1868 and 1874. So the picture on the screen that you see here is probably Gordon Granger. That's the guy who came, and then this is the military order that you see here to the left of your screen. Here, let me see him pull it up. There you go. That's the military order, and then that's your boy Granger right there. But I just kind of wanted to go over that with y'all real quick. Thank you, Mr. Solo. I appreciate you, man. Yeah. It is the day, the born day for yours truly. And I figured, I do what I do best and give y'all some information. Juneteenth is a strictly black holiday. Learn how to guard your property, people. This is culturally your holiday. Nobody else suffered through the killing fields of the American South to be freed much later, because they was trying to hold on to the free Negro laborers as so long as possible. Still doing it to this day. But y'all let me know what y'all think about that, man. Go ahead and get in the comment section. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, man. Everybody, thanks for looking out. Holla at your boy. If you want to drop a little rocket in my pocket, you can go to jlava.com, or you can go to hold on, let me see. I think I got my thing up here real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I can make it a little easy for you. But I appreciate y'all, man. This is the reason I do what I do. I get it in like this. You feel what I'm saying? There you go, Cash App. If you want to hit your boy off with a couple little sums. But other than that, man, I ain't going to hold you, but I'm going to mold you, fold you, and scold you. about being on code. And you know I got 4 words for you, cuz. Not the 4 words that you think, right? These 4 words. I need you to like for the spike in the algorithm. I need you to share if you dare, comment all your vomit, and then subscribe if you live. You feel me? And where you want to share all that stuff at, where you want to see us at, we on all of these platforms. So come on and get down. It's either KIPP, Keep It P Podcast, something of the sort. Get at me, player. Love, peace, blessings, and aloha. I'm out to Doha for Shoha on this Juneteenth, J Lava birthday, Father's Day, all that wrapped into one. Holla at your boy.